So what brings you out to Fresno?
Well, Jay, he forced me to get over here.
Oh, yeah?
You gotta get to Fresno. There's LA, there's no Fresno.
Fresno.
Yeah.
Fresno's got, I'm sure a lot of your fan base is here in town too. I mean, there's a large population of...
Yeah. I mean, blessed like that, around the world, wherever, Asian Indians are, that's the reason I am.
Well, they're everywhere, right?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
In the entire world, everywhere you go.
Because of that, my music is everywhere, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So so we talked about Liverpool, relate a little bit to soccer. You're a Liverpool fan. How did that happen? How did you become a Liverpool fan?
Well, I mean, there you go again. Music and sports going hand in hand. Obviously, music scene wasn't big in Canada. I grew up in Surrey, Vancouver area, Surrey. Started from there when I kind of got into music. My music producer, Ghugian da Jorra, he's actually based in UK, Birmingham.
Oh,
so he said, hey, if you look, I was like 19, I think then, 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, if you're serious about it, you got to come over here, man. Had no idea what was on the other, side of the plate,
pond.
whatever. Yeah, just picked up my bag, left my parents, left everybody, and got to UK. And with music, then that's when Liverpool was introduced into me, because obviously Canada was more like ice hockey, That's it, really. There wasn't soccer, football that much.
Yeah.
But when I went there, obviously got really into it, and all my friends used to support Liverpool. And 27 years later, I'm a huge fan, and I got a tattoo on my calf.
There we go. Man. You'll never walk alone.
Never walk alone. But it's the sweetest thing, though. How over there, it's a different culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Canada, where people just chill at home, but over there, the pub. Everybody goes to the pub.
Every weekend.
Forget the weekend. It's every day. Every day in the evening, they got to go there, chill, talk, whatever. You know what I mean? I found that it was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, it's amazing. Have you been to a match at Anfield?
Oh, yeah, man, of course. Every chance I get, I took my son there too, took my family. It was a beautiful thing. We actually went to a away game. That was the wicked thing, because never experienced that. How you get tortured there, man, by the home team. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I never experienced that, but it was a beautiful thing, man. It's like people
Were there
standing,
a lot of Liverpool fans
swearing
with you?
at you, and
Oh, yeah.
okay, hey, but we won at the end of the day.
Hey.
That was a good thing. But yeah, Anfield, oh my God, it's just a different energy.
It's an incredible.
Yeah.
So the way I became a Liverpool fan was I got to travel to England for the first time. I went to London, and I knew I wanted to see a match while I was there. I didn't know who to follow. I was into American soccer, but I knew I needed to eventually pick a team, a European team, and my girlfriend and I were trying to pick how to get there, and Liverpool has like 60,000 season ticket holders. It's almost impossible to get a ticket to go to a match. And there was a Champions League game that night against Napoli from Italy, and I, through my connections in soccer, was fortunate enough to speak with somebody at the team, and he got me a ticket, and we had to go on this crazy kind of a goose chase to get there. We had to go to some hotel. I don't know if you know, in Liverpool there's a Beatles hotel.
Yeah.
This incredible hotel.
Yeah.
It was like the first time I'd seen a bellman. I'm like, this is fancy, right? And they took us into this safe room and pulled the tickets out of a box, and it was just this incredible experience. And we get into the stadium and they sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," and you just get chills.
Yeah, you do, man.
You get chills, and then I heard the Champions League music on, and I was hooked.
It's so loud, man.
It's nuts.
It is. I think you have to go there to experience this. It's kind of like hard to explain it. Like I've been to so many games, but every time you go there, it's like, wow.
It's unlike anything else.
Yeah, it is.
In my experience, the only thing that I've really felt like, and I haven't been to a ton of places, but when you go to Mexico games here in the United States or in Mexico, I've been to them here in the United States, their fans are nuts.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's beer flying everywhere.
I got to experience that one still.
yeah.
Maybe I can catch a beer on the go, right?
Well, Jazzy B, I want to thank you for coming, and I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in your life right now. I mean, you're involved in a little bit of, I guess, controversy and politics and things that are kind of going on back home. I mean, can you explain to the folks that are listening to this, kind of what's going on and why you're having a voice about it?
Well, I mean, right now, our farmers in India, the government put these 3 new bills out there, which is totally against the farmers. But the governments are saying, no, they're really good for you. You need these, but they're not. Obviously, they're trying to sell. There's no MSP. If you buy anything, like, for example, this bottle, there's MSP written on it, but there's no MSP for the farmers in these new laws. So which is the private companies are going to take over, because 75% in Punjab, in northern India, people living off the farming, and so what they're trying to do is the biggest company, they'll take over. They'll make you kind of like labor in your own farm where you owning right now, Wow. But no, you still have to work, but you have to work as a labor guy. You know what I mean? So they're trying to take that over. That's what I'm standing against. And I actually went to India, where the borders are located in New Delhi. So it's basically a streets. But the farmers made it like, the tents, whatever, their homes. So I actually went to India for a month, and I stayed at these borders for 25 days. Because I wanted to experience. It's not easy, man. These people are like old, 60, 70, 80 years old. Then you got some young ones like, 10 years old, 6 years old, staying in this cold weather. I'm talking November, it's really cold in India. And there's no heating, they just tenting out there, man. And it's been going on for 6 months. The government, they had few talks on the table, but they just want to no, this is really good for you. You should go for it. These bills are not bad for you, but they are really bad for you. So that's what I'm standing against it. And obviously, another thing is 1984 Sikh genocide. That's when Golden Temple was attacked by Indian Army. The government, so many innocent people got killed. That was 37 years ago. But we can't forget about it because some of the people who did it, they're still out there. They didn't get punished for it. You know what I mean? So it's my duty, being an artist, stand up for those things. And I'm very vocal about it. I write stuff about it. But I'm not doing anything wrong about it. I didn't break any rules. It's a history. 37 years, not that long ago. All the videos are out there, all the pictures are out there, and I'm just reposting that and letting all the youngsters, the future, hey, this is what happened. It's not only about Sikhs. So many other people were there. It's about humanity. You know what I mean? We need to stand up for them, and that's what I'm trying to do. And then all of a sudden, I got an email. Well, I saw the email after. I got a message from someone saying, hey, your account is blocked in India. It's withheld. I'm like, what? So I went to my emails, and all I read was, it said from Twitter, you didn't do anything wrong, but due to Indian government, your Twitter handle is withheld in India. Okay, explain it to me. Are you the freedom of speech? Twitter's supposed to be free people's voice.
Right.
So that means you are run by government too. So what's going on, man? So I was kind of shocked because I got 1.2 million followers on Twitter, and I do say a lot of things. I put my music out there, but then anything to do with anything really. It's not only about Indian, anything, whatever is happening in the world. I go vocal about it. So speak about it. Let people know don't create hate, man. It's create love. Life is too short. You know what I mean? So I stand for the rights, and here I am blocked in India for some reason.
It's incredible. I mean, you think about, there's been a lot of talk in this country over the last 4 years about Twitter itself, and obviously President Trump was very vocal on Twitter and caused up a lot of kind of chaos at times. But Twitter began to ban people at times, similar to what happened with you. And there's this kind of controversial message going on that, in this country, we do have the First Amendment. We do have freedom of speech. Yeah. We are supposed to be able to are allowed to speak our mind without government interference. And Twitter, as a private entity, has began to ban people from the ability to speak on their platform as a private entity. And I think it's something that's continually being talked about is, if we in this country have freedom of speech, then why should our platform of speech online, Twitter, be not completely free?
Well, that's what they say in India. Like, it's freedom of speech. Yeah, you can say anything you want to say, but just don't say anything against the government. It's like sometimes I get so much backlash, like from, I don't know, obviously IT cells are very strong, from government, and they pay people, whatever you want to say. They'll say, oh, he's against India. I'm not against India. I'm born there. That's my country, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Don't try to twist things around. I'm against the government. That's, who are doing so many things wrong right now. Mm-hmm. They're doing so many things to my people, to my, my grandfather's
your family.
Figure, it is family, because I've been there, man. Trust me. The first day I got to India, to the border, okay, I sat around around 8:39, and boys goes, oh, let's go to the hotel. And I goes, what? I'm not going to the hotel. I came for this. I want to feel their pain. If I wanted to stay in a hotel, I would have just stayed in Canada. I didn't come here to show or anything. I don't have any shows. I just came to see this. I wanted to feel it from the ground level. Watching on TV or on social media is a different thing. So first day we got there, we didn't know nobody, but obviously everybody know me. But sure. We took out the seats out of the car, the van we had, put some blankets and whatever, and slept there for 2 nights, man. And trust me, the pain I felt, it's like, wow, these guys have been doing over 3 months, but then, right? It's like, it's been 6 months now. And it was the hardest thing, man. But then on the other hand, I was so glad I came here, because, these people are fighting for their rights. They're fighting for their future. They're fighting for the kids they have. If the lands get taken away, what do they have? Nothing. So they'll be all kind of jail in their own houses kind
sure.
of thing. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that I got to see that, and I supported them, and they're supporting me now. Obviously, I think they had a hashtag yesterday. What was it?
Restore Jazzy.
So yeah, it comes something like restore Jazzy B, the cat, whatever. So and it was a beautiful thing to see. People who don't even like my music, they were doing that.
They understand the importance of being able to voice it.
And so that's what I'm trying to do. You know, it's not about me. It's about those people who've been sitting there for 6 months, and after who are still against farmers. I don't get it. Don't you guys eat food? This is not about any race, any religion. It's about humanity, man. Right? It doesn't matter what you do for a living or what he does or what I do. At the end of the day, when I come home to my dining table, sit whatever kind of food I enjoy. It just maybe for 1 minute, if you can sit down, thank God for the food, and just think about it. Okay, you might bought it from your
grocery store,
local grocery store or supermarket. But for a minute, just think about it. Who made that, man? How that guy worked day and night to grow that? What you eating? That's all it takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're all fighting together. It's no farmers, no food is a thing. World eats, man. Without food, we can't survive.
And so the topic here is more on. It seems like from what I read, it's kind of corporatizing or making it more sufficient for corporate farming versus the small local farmer, right?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, when the corporate the companies come in, they're going to take over. They're going to store all the food, right, and kill the little people. The local little market, they'll be finished. That's what's going to happen to the farmers as well. Obviously they'll buy their land or on lease or whatever, and they'll probably have to work in their own as a labor.
What's in the government's perspective, what is the purpose for even enacting some of these laws?
Well, they think it's really good for the farmers, right? But no, it's not. It's good for the people who are rich right now. They'll get more rich. right? But the the normal people, they'll be finished. Trust me, right?
This means a lot to the people that come from this community. I feel like because so many of us in this valley come from agricultural backgrounds. Many people move to this country because of the ability to farm the land, and farming is it's our greatest commerce here in Central California. So this cause, I think, relates for a lot of people here that I think could hopefully support this.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, government over here or Canada or around the world been supporting, man. The respect to everyone who been supporting, because I seen my dad, man, in India farming, right? Then obviously Canada, I used to go with them, berry picking and all that. And I know it's not easy, man. It's not 9 to 5. Oh man, trust me. They used to pick us up like in the van, like in the morning, like around 5. We work until 9 p.m., man, and the next morning starts again, right? But I don't know. Some people still don't understand that, man.
No, it's like until you get. I work one summer, only one summer. I had to work out in the grapes.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it's like at the end of the day, you're done. And people do this for years.
For years, every day. The next morning comes so
quick. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. And I tell my kids, man, I goes, you guys are lucky. You guys don't have to do that. I goes, but you know what? I told my son the other day, I goes, you know what? I'm going to take you to one day to berry picking for the whole day. Do you do that? You will realize it. Right now, you just want to say, hey, Dad, buy me this. Oh, can I get this? I goes, you know what? When you work for your own money, then you'll realize it, man. Then you will have more respect for the people like who are working every day, to feed their kids, to feed their family. You know what I mean?
In a way, I believe that things happen the way they're supposed to happen. And it's like maybe the banning of your Twitter is actually giving you an even larger voice.
No, I strongly believe in that. You know what I mean? Obviously, they saw something like, oh, this guy's making noise. People are doing this. But they don't understand. Now banning it, I think the noises are getting louder. Right? Because there's so many people who are sporting, even like, I was on Global News, which is Canada News and CBC and all that. People are sporting, and obviously it's going back to them. And they go, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Right? Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
They made it screwed up.
Right. So I don't know, man.
So what's the solution look like?
Well, I mean, we already sent them a legal notice to Twitter. Like, they have to reply back, because the email, if I should give you show you the email, it's like, wow, really? Okay. Oh, you didn't do anything wrong, but we're still banning your Twitter. What kind of language is that? It's like, okay. So we are obviously processing with the legal stuff. They have to, give us answer back.
Sure.
What's going on, or are they restoring, or I don't know what's going on.
Have you been able to find a way to talk to anyone in government?
In India, no, there's no point, man. No. You know what I mean? Because obviously it's from the higher end, right? Obviously the people who work under, they're going to say, yeah, we will sort it out, we will do this. But I know, right? It's specific from the higher end.
Sure.
People who wanted to ban my Twitter handle.
So do you think that by rallying the troops, rallying the people, continuing this message of fighting against these policies, that we can actually make a change as a supportive group of people towards this cause?
Definitely. I mean, it's the people's voices, right? So if it's get louder and louder, of course they're going to hear it. They might be deaf right now, but, I'm sure the ears will pop up, right? So, yeah, that's the plan right now. I'm just doing a lot of interviews, a lot of social media, letting people know, hey, it could happen to you tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, if we don't raise our voice right now. Like,
right.
I'm known. If just imagine to a normal person, normal, who's just using his, Twitter handle, any social media to raise his voice. What's happening to those guys? Half of them probably don't even get to know, okay, why did you block me, man? Or they'll probably make a new ID or whatever. But It's not fair, though, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
It's not easy to get 1.5 million followers.
Yeah.
I mean, you did some work to get there, right?
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I work hard. I believe in hard work. I believe in, like, slow and steady wins the race. Been doing my music for 27 years. Never kind of, like, try to, like, oh, let me get that. It's like, hey, okay, slow and steady, right? I'll get there. I think that's the remedy in my life. That's the things I try to teach kids. Don't expect things overnight, man. You know, the other day I was talking to the basketball associate, the Ghugian Academy, basketball academy, little kids. You know, I went there and just told them my story. Hey, you know, I was 4 years old in India. You know, my uncle had me on his shoulder. Ustad Kuldeep Markji, that's the guy who I followed for life. And I saw him performing in my village, right? And 4-year-old Jaswinder, that's my real name, and dreamt just like there's nobody in the music in our family. But no, I was like, you know, I want to be like that one day. But it didn't come overnight. Did I think I was going to make it? No, I didn't. But there was a dream in my heart. I wanted to follow that, and I did that when I, you know, in Canada, whatever, kept doing with music, kept doing, you know, even my parents were like, he's a waste of time. He's not, you know, he's not going to do anything. He's right. One of those ones, right? You know what I mean? But, you know, I still remember when I first time came on TV, how proud they were. Like, sure. You know, in our culture, we all sit together, family is together, right. And sit. And when I told them I'm going to be on TV, like, yeah, right, whatever, stop it. You know, you've been saying this for a while, but you know, when they saw me on TV, they were so proud. You know, and that's it. The thing.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's so, it relates so much to the athlete. Yeah. As well. I mean, it's like so many people, you know, you're out of college or whatever, and people are telling you, that's not for you. You should stop doing that. Don't do it anymore. Yeah. And the league that we're playing in, it's third division American professional soccer. Yeah. And so a lot of these guys are in that phase where it's like, you know, do I continue to pursue my dreams or do I let it go? You know, I'm not at the highest level just yet, but I may feel like I can get there at some
definitely.
point. That perseverance is key.
Yeah, no, I say that. I say that to my son. He plays soccer. He loves soccer. He's born in England, so he calls himself British, right? So, yeah, it's in his blood, whatever you want to call it. So, the other day, like, he had really good game the first day. Then I wasn't there. He likes it when I watch him play. Sure. He's 15, and he was so down. They lost 1-0. I goes, hey, you won the last game 8-0. Okay, so imagine how those guys feel who lost. You only lost 1-0. Just, it doesn't matter. You're gonna lose some. You're gonna win some. But never say you're not a good player. Right? No, you are a good player. You just had a bad day or you couldn't finish it, whatever. It doesn't matter. But never give up. Never blame yourself for it. It's a teamwork. It's not just you who lost that game. Yeah. You guys, all of you guys lost it. So just never play as it's me. No. You got to play as a team, you got to win as a team, and you got to lose as a team. So, I try to tell them. You
know, and I think, I would assume for you and your profession, it takes a team as well. I mean, it is. Groups of people here with you, it's like, it takes more than just you.
Yeah, it is. No, I like, you know, like all my band members, England, I've been, you know, with them since '94. Wow. Right? And when we travel as a family, and you know, still get complaint from wives. Oh, you spend more time with those guys than me, and you know what I mean? That's part of the thing. But it's a beautiful thing. You know, some of the gigs, you know, sometimes we can't perform the way we want to perform. And I tell this to my son. It goes, every gig is not going to be, wow, that was so good. It's going to be like, damn, I could have done better, man. You know, some of the crowd is not that good. You got to lift them up. You know what I mean? So that's part of the package. You know, that's what you got to do. You're going to, you know, be down one day. You're going to be up one day. But that's life. Yes. But just never give up. That's what I tell them. Just always believe in yourself, man. Amen. Self-confidence is the most beautiful thing. You know, that's my Ustadji. He told me that in Punjabi, it's like, apne aap te maan hona chahida. You know, if you have to believe in yourself before anybody else will believe you. And that thing, he told me years ago, I take it and pass it on, because it's a simple thing, but it's a beautiful thing.
It's an incredible message.
It's an incredible message, yes.
How has this affected how you're writing your music, how you're performing your music? Have the social causes that you're getting behind changed you as an artist?
Well, I think so, yeah. Because remember, don't forget, when I started '93, that was I actually released my album. Obviously, things started before that, but officially '93 September, my album was released. And there was no social media then. There was no YouTube. There was no Facebook. There was nothing. No Twitter and no Instagram. Nothing, man. It was physical. You know, I used to go to like wherever and perform in front of people. and it was all mouth publicity. Oh, you got to check this guy out, man.
Yeah.
There was only tape, cassette.
Doesn't seem like it's 100 years ago.
Yeah,
now?
you know what I mean. So that's why I appreciate music, because I seen that. I seen the CDs. I remember the first album came Ghugian da Jorra '93. It was only cassette, and when my third album came '95, Folk and Funky, the CD was introduced. Okay, and we were excited. Like, imagine people goes, you know what, there's a new thing. You just press one button and the next track will come on. You know what I mean? It was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've seen all that, man. From record player to cassette to CD, and now everything's on your phone.
Is it more challenging now to sell music with everything being digital, or has it become more accessible to people?
I think it's more easier actually for a new artist. Like, say, back then, we had to record the full album. There was no single, man. It was like, for full album, you have to release full album. Now, it's easy. Like, say, if you don't even have a company, whatever, you could just put it out on your social media. You might get a hit, and that's it. You become a star.
Right.
And I know so many people who did that and became a star.
It worked.
But
you could also think that it might be oversaturated.
Oh yeah,
so many people out there doing
that's what I was going to come to. Then I've seen them one-hit wonder too. They think they got it all, but they don't know what to do next. So I that's why I believe in slow and steady wins the race. You just got to take a time. But I do miss the physical kind of thing. The cassette inlay card. We used to sit
put
there.
Put it in your car.
Yeah, we choose the pictures, what we're gonna write on. Thanks our friends. That's a beautiful thing.
True, and that's
I remember when my first album came out. My nephew, he was probably like 3 or 4. He used to say, I ride in my friend's car. He'll see my tape in there. He'll grab it. He goes, "No, that's my uncle's tape, man. Give it to me." He'll put it under the pillow. It's like, wow, it's a beautiful thing. Now you can't do that. You can't grab his phone.
Right.
You know what
Definitely.
I mean? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's exciting. I was listening to your music earlier today. You blend English, into it. And I mean, what's next for you?
Well, I mean, obviously, music. Music is life. There's lots going on. There's a couple of movies. I already shot one movie. It's called Snowman. It's all shot all in Canada, all in snow. So suspense. I got another movie I'm shooting in England next month. Hopefully, it opens up properly. Then working on a full album. So I'll be going to UK. I'm gonna try to kind of like match it up with the games,
There you go. Yeah, it's smart. Right? Time it up properly. Get there in the fall.
So I get, what I mean. So lots going on, man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on all your success. I mean, this is a worthwhile cause that I think a lot of people from our community can really get behind, and I hope people go out there and support. How can people find you? How can people support the cause? And
Well, I'm still on Twitter over here. it's Jazzy B.
In the US.
It's Jazzy B worldwide. You could go on Instagram. You could go on to my website, jazzyb.com. I'm not the hard guy to find. Just punch in Jazzy, JAZZYB. You'll see me.
So British, ZZ.
Yeah,
you gotta say ZZ instead of Z. We say Z.
Z. Yeah. So it's.
Do they say that in Canada as well?
Yeah. Really? Well, yeah. Z they usually say it, but like I said, I've been hanging around with the England boys for since '94. So it's like it's so weird. You bug them how they talk, right? But then you end up picking up yourself.
Sure.
Because they always bug me like, hey, say water, right? I say, hi, can I have some water? I go, why are you guys talking so slow? It's just like, can I have some water? They be like, hey, it's funny because they come over here and they go, can we order like at McDonald's? Hey, can I have a Big Mac? Right? I goes, what are you guys doing, man? They find it so funny.
Right.
So it's like they end up picking up my accent. I end up picking up their accent. But great. It's a beautiful thing, though.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. We hope we can get you out at one of our games when you're in Fresno next year sometime.
I would love to, man.
It'd be incredible.
I love sports. Seriously, man. So, I would love to check you guys out, and hopefully the season will start soon. And
we start next year. Is that we kick off next March. So yeah, we're super excited.
I'll definitely come by, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, all right. So I got one last thing. So we have a hashtag here: Restore Jazzy B account. Let's blow it up. Let's all do it together, and let's get you back on Twitter in India, and let's make some change, man.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
Thank you guys
for having me. Thank you.